You ready for this?
Not really, but
Okay. Welcome to the Haunters Playground, the place where people who love everything scary and spooky come to play. And today we have none other but Timothy Bates.
Psycho.
Timothy Psycho Bates.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We will have Josh later because we have
You're
a
so
drunk
fired.
on the lights.
You're so fired.
I think with her contract, that's called a divorce. Anyway, what were we talking about? Josh, we're going to do makeup with Josh later. But for now, we're starting off the show with Tim. So, Tim, tell everybody who and what you are.
Well, I'm me. That's about it. Yeah. I've been in the associated with the haunt industry since 1991, designing, building, operating haunted houses. So kind of a little bit of everything. I've worked on a few very bad horror movies that friends say that I need to help out with. But mostly I stay in the haunt industry. I work professionally for a living for a production company doing lighting, sound, staging for live entertainment events like concerts or stage events or corporate events. So that's about my expertise.
Tim and I met, what was that, 94, 95, somewhere in there. And we were working on a year-round haunted house together. And went from there. We worked together designing, building, and then operating haunted houses and haunted attractions and laser tag arenas, which those were just as scary as the haunted houses. But did that for a number of years, and then I ventured off, started doing movies, and you were doing all the entertainment stuff. And
Correct.
but we still do it. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I know you work and do some design work for a haunted house up in Ohio.
Yes. Well, I used to. They've changed venues, but yeah, I did do a lot of designing, and hopefully this haunted house group is asking me to come back so I can start designing and building and hopefully chasing people with chainsaws, because I love doing that.
And I hope I can find the picture of your baby.
Oh, Stupid. Oh, I love Stupid. It's a 4.5 foot long chainsaw with like a logger's chain blade on it, with spot welded chain on it and flint in the tip. Sparks shoot everywhere, and I named it Stupid, of course, because my butcher's apron says I'm with Stupid and an arrow pointing down. People laugh at that. I don't know why.
So, as far as like haunted house designs and stuff, we're getting into the season. We're less than 90 days away. A lot of yard haunters right now are probably feverishly going over panels or pallets, whatever they're going to put together their yard haunt, garage haunt with. And one of the things that I've noticed with a lot of their designs, and something that we worked on for years with doing test rooms and stuff, is a lot of them have straight shots. They have scares where they just scare people straight down a hallway, or they have long straight runs. And what are some of the things that we used to talk about and not doing that?
Well, straight shots are very good for whenever you're doing the big drastic scare, but it takes a lot of having a straight shot is a lot of wasted space, and it's also a kind of a poor, really good scare, because you know, if you scare somebody in a straight shot, you scare them really good, they take off running, they're gone, they're away from whatever it is that's scaring them. Whereas if you have switchbacks or change-ups or obstacles that are in the way, they can't make that great escape. They can't get away. So the fear intensifies within them of whenever they're getting scared that whatever is coming to eat them is going to get them, because they can't just run away in a straight shot. So we would always put in hallways that we would do the big scare, and the hallways would then change and alter directions to where they can't make that straight getaway, where the actor who is then doing the scare has the option of actually chasing them through these hallways, which then intensifies even more that scare of, oh my God, it's after me, it's going to get me, it's going to eat me. So, you know, having the change-ups and the blockades or obstacles really helps to intensify that scare. Straight shots, like I said, they can get away, they feel safe because they are outrunning the big evil monster.
And that brings us to, there should be no phone calls while you're being interviewed.
Yes.
At least he didn't answer it. But no,
Not yet.
You're like my dad. He's going to look at
Yet.
it.
I'm trying to turn it off for you.
But he had the warning going on. I thought you were backing up or something, about to drop a load. But one of the things you were talking about, the straight shot and running away, is one of the things that we had always had issues with, is that not only gives the patron, your customer, whoever it may be, the chance to build up speed. And then if they can't see where they're going, it'd be something that happened with us with a pretty good straight shot scare where a girl saw the wall, did not see, after about a 30-foot run, didn't see how to get out. So she buckled down and busted through the wall and did several $1,000s of damage. So that is sometimes also another reason why you don't want to do straight shots, long hallways. Now, if you have a lot of dead space, and that's the only way you can make use of space because of, you know, money, of not having enough panels, you know, to build walls or do whatever, then, you know, by all means, you know, use the space that you have. But I would recommend, if you are going to have a long shot like that, you want to darken it, don't you?
Oh, definitely. You want to darken it. And if you have the abilities, sometimes a straight shot scare can be actually very good as a two-part scare, to where you can scare someone into that straight shot where they take off running, and you have someone waiting at the end to slow them down for safety reasons, or just to scare them twice.
Well, that's it for Tim, and we're going to head back to the Psycho. Normally I call him Psycho all the time, but now it's all of a sudden he's not calling me Death, so I'm not calling him Psycho. So now we're going to head back to the studios.
I'm sorry.
Oh, man. Normally that would be so funny, but now it's like so scary because our wives are watching. Anyway, we're going to head back to the studio. We're going to slap some makeup up on Josh. Oh, what was I saying? I'm going to put makeup on Josh. And since so many themes this year are zombies, we're going to go ahead and zombify Josh. And see how
that'll
he
be fun.
looks.
So, ritual or makeup?
Well, it depends on what you're, you know, because there's like 5 different zombies. There's the toxic waste. There's the come back for revenge.
I've got the voodoo dolls and stuff. We can bury them. And
Let's do that.
okay.
So here we are with Josh, and we're going to be doing some makeup. We had to break in with the interview between Tim and I, Psycho. It's long. So anyway, we're going to break that up over a series of episodes. But we're going to go ahead and continue on with our makeup. So Josh, go ahead and take your glasses off. This is the same makeup pack that I had last time, and we're going to go ahead and break it open if we can. Now, the only thing I'm really thinking about using is the palette pack that came out of this. We're not going to do a sophisticated makeup job on Josh. This is really just to kind of a brief overview. If you want to know how to do makeup, please go online. I'll throw some ones that I've kind of think are pretty good down below in our lower thirds, as it would be. This is just going to be something basic, just so we can get kind of that zombie look. This is something that whether you're a pro haunter or a yard haunter, you know, you're going to need makeup at some point. A lot of times with these makeups, Like right now, we're under studio lights. They're pretty hot. And so I'm sweating. I know Josh is probably sweating. So as we're putting this on, it's going to already start to be difficult. You won't have some of those same issues. But what you will need to know is when you're designing the makeup scheme for your actors, you need to know what kind of lighting is going to be in that room or in that scene if you're making a movie or a short or something. Like some people with nighttime shots, they will go and use a blue gel to give that moonlight effect. So anytime you're going to use blue, it's not going to show up. Same thing within a haunted house. If you're using colored gels or colored lights, if you go and use that same color, a red light, and then you're wanting to make your actor covered in blood, nobody's going to see it. It will literally disappear from either the camera or the eyes because it'll just blend in. So you need to think about lighting as well, and that's one of the things that we're going to touch on in future episodes as well. We are going to start with our lightest color, which is going to be our white, so we can start working with a base. And like I said, I'm going to just do a simplified makeup technique on here. By no means judge me by the quality of my makeup. I am not a makeup artist. In this pack comes a little vampire blood pack in it. We'll go ahead and we'll give that a sample and see what it looks like. But for right now, we're going to go ahead and send Josh on his way, and we'll see what comes of Josh. So stick around. And right now we're going to go to a tip from Heather, who was on our last episode, and see what she has to say.
This is Heather Henry, and this is your makeup tip for the day. Always make sure to use proper hygiene. Doesn't matter what the budget is, for haunted houses or for low budget films. You need to make sure that you're keeping your actors safe and healthy. So use one sponge per actor, throw it away. Make sure that you're not double dipping into a container. Use your palette knife, put it on a palette or a piece of wax paper, and just use off of that. You don't want to keep spreading bacteria through your makeup from each actor to each actor. But if you use alcohol-based makeups, it's kind of just makes that whole thing null and void because it's self-sanitizing, so you can just use it right in the palette and brush it right on somebody's face, but you have to be careful around their eyes, of course.
And that brings us to this episode's playground moment. If you're going to be prepared for the zombie apocalypse, make sure you live in a right to carry state. And don't forget the double tap.